the region.
He's onside, is Little. Payton's in the middle. Here comes Bullock, weaving his way through for a shot. And here's the header, and an equaliser as well. And it's in from Andy Payton.
Barnsley held their own at Middlesbrough last month. Today at rain-swept Oakwell, the task is even greater. Borough lead Division 1. Barnsley have to win. Hello, good afternoon. It's do or die for Barnsley this afternoon. 6 points behind Reading in the battle for the playoffs. They have to win their games in hand. But their form here at Oakwell couldn't be better. Look at this. They've won their last 5, scoring 12 goals, conceding only 2. Fortress Oakwell indeed. It's Middlesbrough's second meeting with South Yorkshire opposition inside 5 days. The Norwegian Jan Åge Fjørtof's first goal for Brian Robson's team earned a point against Sheffield United. So here come the teams. Barnsley on the left, some very young players in this team, some of them perhaps playing the biggest game of their lives. Let's join our commentators. It's Lenny Lawrence, who knows all about Middlesbrough, of course, alongside John Help. John.
Well, this match always looked like being crucial, but it's now going to have a huge bearing on promotion with Reading's victory over Bolton last night. A Barnsley victory becomes imperative for their playoff hopes. If Borough win, they go 5 points clear at the top. And at the age of 38, Barnsley coach Malcolm Shotton is asked to lead from the front. He has to play today because Jerry Taggart has a groin strain and failed a fitness test this morning. With manager Danny Wilson also out through suspension, this is the Barnsley side on duty. Neil Redfern steps into Wilson's midfield boots. Darren Sheridan will play left-back in the usual formation with 5 at the back. The bench looks full of youth, with Chris Jackson and Glyn Hurst occupying the numbers 12 and 14 shirts. Well, Viv Anderson was Barnsley's manager 12 months ago. Today he returns to Oakwell and, just like Shotton for Barnsley, is asked to fulfil a playing role, with ex-Sheffield Wednesday centre-back Nigel Pearson out with a head injury. Brian Robson, Derek White and Robbie Mustoe are also missing from Borough's regular lineup. Chris Morris returns at left-back, and the familiar figure of John Hendry is recalled to partner record signing Jan Åge Fjørtoft in attack. So Fleming with that ball forward, and really sloppy conditions. It really is it's almost waterlogged. Lenny, your feelings about the pitch for a start?
Just about playable, I think. The rain continues to fall. It's the first foul there against Alan Moore. Just about playable, but
And a booking inside the first 15 seconds, I would say, of this game for Steve Davis for the challenge on Moore. Well, they certainly don't want to concede a goal in the first minute, Barnsley. That will be the worst possible start for them and the best conceivable for Middlesbrough. Dave Watson left on his line. Here is Pollock. And they decided to play it short, even though they had 4 men waiting in the middle. And as a result of which, they lose the opportunity.
you'd have thought with a great big following wind behind them there, they'd have whipped that in, but they chose to play short, as you say.
And Barnsley do win good possession now, just inside the Borough half. Ball knocked into space, and there was Sheridan coming, just getting a foot in. And look at that, Clayton Blackmore not even able to reach the halfway line with his pass. Now Bullock, who had such an outstanding game against Portsmouth last week, he's one of those who just seems to keep on going. Well, the ball is going to hold up horrendously on this swampy surface.
Game started off at 100 miles an hour, as you would expect, fiercely competitive, challenges flying in. Be interesting to see which team settles first.
It's wet, it's wild, it's windy, it's Oakwell on a Saturday afternoon, and the eyes of the country on this match. Radio 5 have chosen it as their main game of the day, which shows the importance of Barnsley against Middlesbrough. Barnsley at start of play in 6th spot, Middlesbrough at the very top. which is just where you want to be at this stage of the season. Well, you've got to be a hardy soul to come and watch football in England at times. And it's definitely a man's day today. Fjortoft, nice little interplay with Hendry.
See, Hendry gets himself in that position where he comes just off the defenders, and if they don't come with him, he can get it down and run at them, or link up like he, or try to like he did there. He's dangerous in those situations.
Neatly played away by Barnsley, and they've created some space down the right, where Nicky Eden now finds himself moving well inside the Middlesbrough half. They're two in the middle, and the cross just met by a Middlesbrough head. Releases Fjortoft, through the middle goes Hendry, and he was offside.
Good opportunity there, but the cross didn't beat the first defender, so they'll be disappointed with that. You know, with Payton and Little waiting in the middle there, that was a good opportunity.
It's not the most comfortable of conditions for a goalkeeper. Look at that, Watson's not got 30 yards with that clearance. And fortuitously, the ball struck the back of Brendan O'Connell, but he's played it directly to Cox. Fjortoft. Middlesbrough, if anything, stroking the ball around rather more comfortably than Barnsley. Driving run by Pollock, and now Blackmore to try and tee up a decent cross. Fjortoft was coming in behind Davis. A little flick of Davis's head took away the danger. Oh dear, and that's a bad challenge from Eden, and that's the second time that Alan Moore has managed to get a defender into trouble. I don't mean that badly either. I mean, it's just the way he wriggles inside.
He had quick feet there, and he shifted the ball quickly, and it caught the defender out. Mistimed tackle, good free kick. Cavill whipped this in.
Yeah, surely. They didn't take that opportunity when they had one earlier. Kavanagh.
Poor free kick, needed to be in the air, really, didn't beat the first defender.
Although when it was in the air, Fjortoft looked a long way offside, and the linesman never raised his flag, much to the ire of the fans.
Much to the displeasure of the Barnsley fans.
Two men left it to one another. Hendry's got Fjortoft moving. Fjortoft, a good ball for Blackmore, and the drive. The shot sailing about 2-3 feet over the crossbar there. That was a very good opening for Blackmore.
Good opportunity there. Nice link up between John Hendry and Fjortoft. Nice, good vision. Just touches it across there. Clayton Barnsley had to get his feet right quickly because the ball came at him quickly. Couldn't keep it down. Went over the bar. First chance to Middlesbrough. Missed.
Hendry, I think one or two Borough fans thought he might have been wrestled there by Davis, but the referee said play on they do, with Kavanagh there, and with Alan Moore now, trying to create space for an opening, and John Hendry had just strayed no more than about a couple of feet offside.
Yeah, that's where they're good there. Nice little inter-passing movement. Alan Moore comes in field and joins and links up. And they've just tried to put Hendry in, and as you say, he's just about a yard offside.
I reckon he's due a goal, John Hendry. 15 he's got, but...
surprising he's been in and out the side, you know. He may have been injured, but he wasn't in, which did come as a great surprise to me.
Brian Robson was trying the combination of Uwe Fuchs, the German, and Jan-Åge Fjortoft.
Right, who's, to be fair, Fuchs has got a terrific goal-scoring record since he's been on loan at Borough.
9 goals in 12 matches. Fuchs, who's on the bench today. Barnsley's throw-in. O'Connell. It found Bullock rather fortunately, but that doesn't matter. Here's Eden now. Two in the middleweight, Payton and Little, not tall men there. Coming in the back post, Sheridan, and he was in a great position there, and it's almost won back by Bullock. Well, Sheridan got into great position at the back of the defender.
That was a good attack, that broke well down the right, and a good cross, and Sheridan got just across Blackmore there. It was just caught out a little bit. He nearly got enough on it to get it down, but not quite.
And, Barnsley now 6 points behind Reading. Psychologically, that's not great for them. They do definitely need to win today. And O'Connell seemed to dive in there, and so did Kavanagh. And O'Connell will certainly be spoken to there.
Yeah, Cav got there first, and Connell's gone in with his studs up. A little bit late, not deliberately late, but definitely late. Foul, no booking. Quite right, referee.
Kavanagh's just got his place back in the side in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's another one who's come through the youth policy. It's interesting looking at Middlesbrough's midfield. Cav came through the ranks. He came from Ireland, home farm originally, and he's come through the youth ranks and looks like establishing himself. Alan Moore from Ireland through the youth ranks, and also Jamie Pollock through the youth ranks, who's a local lad. So that's very healthy from Borough's point of view.
Nice for Lenny Lawrence to reflect on as former manager of Middlesbrough, of course.
Nice to have given them all a chance.
Payton, but he's nobody to direct the header to. It's easy for Viv Anderson to knock one forward, straight onto the chest of that other venerable defender, Malcolm Shotton.
Who's making light of his 38 years at the moment.
Certainly is. He'll take a breather when he's got to do, won't he? I saw Viv Anderson play his first match for Middlesbrough down at West Brom about 3 weeks ago, and he had a terrific game. It's not a bad pass.
It's interesting because this is the left back pushed in, and obviously he's got to be dealt with by Clayton Blackmore, the way that Barnsley play, and they're trying to find him 1-against-1.
Into the area there went O'Connell, and that was Little trying to win it. There's a shot from Neil Redfern, and it spins away, and Eden might still get something. Down he goes! That's a penalty. No, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Mr. Kane, to be fair to him, was close to it and pointed, but when he was pointing, he did make it deliberate that it was for a goal kick and not a penalty.
He's miles away from the ball, but the ball's over the line virtually by the time he's gone down. I'll make the referee right. But nevertheless, a heart-stopping moment for all Borough fans, I would think.
Yeah, Barnsley there hoping for a penalty.
It's quite right by the ref.
I've seen this ref before this season, funnily enough, in the Vauxhall Conference, where he was refereeing a match at Staley Bridge, and he had a very good night that, and he's one of those fellows who looks imposing.
Yeah, well, so far so good. He certainly hasn't made any ricks so far. He wouldn't want to in a game of this importance.
No, that's right. You know, as we get towards the end of a season, every decision becomes critical. Yeah. You know, and Barnsley suffering today for the loss of Danny Wilson, sent off at Wolves a couple of weeks ago. And Wilson may well have been in the right that the decision was wrong, but I'm afraid you can't complain these days.
And he's paying a severe penalty for it.
Danny Wilson will miss the next 2 matches against Sheffield United and Oldham as well. And now his side. You see him getting an order in there. Henry slipped his man, John Henry. A cross ball which has to be... Oh, he should have been put out. Instead of which Kavanagh nearly scores for Middlesbrough. Why didn't the defender head the ball out for the corner?
I think he may have lost the flight with the wind, but he's tried to clear it against the gale force wind, and it's dropped lovely there, and Borough have pushed. There's John Henry. He's turned his man there. Lovely little chip, stood it up well. Got first to it, got it up, but not very far. And there's Cav. It looked like it came off a Barnsley defender there and went wide, but he's given a goal kick. There's the header up, didn't carry. Yeah, it came off Malcolm Shotton.
Moore tries to slip Barnsley open with the ball to Henry.
So he's rolling infield no more, and he's finding himself in that little space between the midfield and the back three of Barnsley. And if he gets in there and starts running it, or putting Fjortoft or Henry in, Barnsley are going to have a problem. They need to get hold of him. But in their system, there's nobody to pick him up.
There he goes again. What I want to know, Lenny, and you as a manager will tell me, has he done that off his own bat, or has Brian Robson got a message out to him?
I think he's done it off his own back.
Let's see what Barnsley can do off theirs now. The ball was aimed to Andy Payton, just didn't get there from Little.
What's been good about Viv Anderson and Steve Vickers is when there has been danger threatening around the edge of their area, their reading of the game and their anticipation, like there with Viv Anderson, when to step up and when to get in front, has been first class.
Oops. There's Bullock, got good feet as well. Chance for Little to knock one across here. Oh, and Redfern met it in a great position and angled it well wide. Knows he should have done better with that.
Classic opportunity there, the best cross of the game from Andy Payton. He's beaten the defenders, bent away from the goalkeeper, and he just wants to side foot it onto the target. Maybe the wind's taken it and it's carried away over the bar, but a great opportunity there for Barnsley. Show what they can do. Yeah, he's just mistimed it there.
He's normally a better finisher.
Yes, he is, yeah. He's timed his run and everything right, he just hasn't got the right contact on the ball.
Here's a chance at the other end immediately for Fjortoft, and he's onside this time. Shot and covering, Fjortoft the shot, Fjortoft the goal, great goal, that's why they signed him. Record signing, the fans love him. Fjortoft's second goal since he joined from Swindon Town before the deadline, and what a critical goal it may be as Middlesbrough seek a place in the Premier League.
He's on the ball there, the defender's not close enough to him, he's got it out of his feet and got his shot away before the defender can get a block in. Everybody just seemed shell-shocked there and stood like statues. There he is, he shifted it there, a little dummy, but the defender will be disappointed he didn't get across and get a block in there, just after Barnsley have missed the best chance of the game. That's football.
Great finish from Jan Åge Fjortoft, the Norwegian international, his 28th goal. No wonder he's the top marksman in the First Division.
They'll be disappointed with that, Barnsley. Didn't look to be a terrible amount of danger there, and he's got himself turned and got the shot away without really a challenge coming in.
In sharply Blackmore, and Fjortoft turns his man well. And then it's lobbed forward, beyond Blackmore that time by Pollock. Sheridan. Good left-footed player, Sheridan, and he used that left foot to bring O'Connell into the match. The ball eventually finds its way out tortuously to Eden. Redfern now, he's got a good long-range shot on him if he can use it, produce one in these clammy conditions. And here's O'Connell with a final effort, and I think that's the first real save that Miller's made.
Nice build-up there, but they got, they're getting clogged down. Look, there's a lot of players very close to each other there. Some nice movement and some nice link-up, but didn't get enough power behind the shot. What Barnsley are going to have to do is get some width into their game, I think, because it's so wet down the middle and play so congested there. How he's going to do that, or if he does, it will be interesting to see.
He's got two youngsters on the bench in Glyn Hurst and Chris Jackson. Jackson's a front player. Danny Wilson did say he wanted an attacker on the bench, but he was forced into his choice of substitutions with the withdrawal of Jerry Taggart. Malcolm Shotton had to play. Redfern lunges at the ball, doesn't get it, so Shotton slips one forward for Sheridan. And we're getting very close to half-time now. Redfern might think of unleashing a shot. That's what he does, it's a disappointing one. All seem to be going the wrong way somehow. And it's half-time at Oakwell, a very good half for Middlesbrough and their travelling fans. Jan Åge Fjortoft, their record signing, gave them the lead 8 minutes before half-time. Barnsley have a lot to do to stay in this match and the chase for a playoff place. Half-time, Barnsley 0, Middlesbrough 1.
A great deal more football.
45 minutes to go, and I'm sure these players will be very happy to get into a hot bath after this one's over. Is it really the cricket season? Ferocious day at Barnsley, and the home team a goal behind. We'll see if Danny Wilson has managed to impart a message to change the course of this game. No substitutions made by either side. I think this has been quite a fortunate strip for Middlesbrough this season, this new green strip. They've won away 7 times and looking for number 8 today.
Certainly it has, yeah. What they're good at, Borough, is they'll hold their shape and keep their discipline now, and invite Barnsley to come and break them down. I think they do that very well.
There's a back pass which has got through, so it's not held up too badly. Well, among interested observers here today are Howard Wilkinson, looks to be sporting a new trilby there. And if you come further this side of the picture, Kenny Dalglish, about to win the championship, I would have thought, with Blackburn Rovers. They've done a great job, those two managers this season. Leeds on the verge of a place in Europe, and Dalglish, of course, won the title with Liverpool, and only two men in history, I think, have won it with two different clubs.
Brian Clough's one. I'm just struggling to think of the other one at the moment.
And it was a fella, Lenny, who was manager of Huddersfield Town at one stage of his career. A long time before you and I.
Yeah.
Herbert Chapman.
Herbert Chapman, of course.
Huddersfield and Arsenal. Man, it's nice when you've got a few million to spend, isn't it?
Does make life somewhat easier.
Throwing for Barnsley, Sheridan. Payton. Up it goes from Davis, and then a little touch from Payton. Redfern now. Davis, it's not a bad ball, it's a header, it's a goal! Andy Little, 1-1! What a great pass it was from Steve Davis, and poaching in there was Andy Little, and Barnsley have got their just desserts.
It's that good layoff there, it's that diagonal ball to the back of the defence. They nearly scored from him in the first half. He's got the wrong side of Coxey, and beyond Clayton Blackmore, Alan Miller's made a valiant effort but can only palm it into the net. Borough will be desperately disappointed to concede a goal in that manner, really, but a terrific cross and a great downward header.
It's a superb cross.
What a good little ball in that was, and what a good run. And he's just got enough on it with the wind to get it into the net.
Andy Little becomes Barnsley's top scorer this season. That's his 13th. And they're roaring now.
Got a game on now.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that Borough had a bit of a stranglehold on it, you know, and they appeared to be coasting, but it's a different ball game. There it is again. So they see Borough's back four are playing quite narrow, and they're leaving Clayton Blackmore and Alan Moore to track the Barnsley fullbacks if they come back. And what's happened there is for the goal, he's got in the space between Coxey and Clayton Blackmore. They used that diagonal ball quite a bit, Barnsley, to good effect.
There you had a shot of Danny Wilson and Eric Winstanley. It's funny how it perks you up as a manager, and all of a sudden you've something to say again. They've gone a bit quiet, haven't they?
Yes, it had gone a bit quiet, yeah.
Eden, this is a good spell for Barnsley. A little knockback here for Redford. The touch is now to Bullock. Is he going to get a goal? He's first for the club. Oh, almost. By a whisker.
First time Viv Anderson's got sucked out of position there. He's come out to make a challenge and missed it. And it's like the defence has opened up and he's done well there. He's got the ball out of his feet, struck it well, about a couple of feet wide.
Well, I said last week that he's bound to get his first ever goal before long because he's a confident player. Struck it well.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, the Barnsley fans are really with something to sing about now. Redfern gets stuck in, Sheridan lays the ball forward to the goal scorer Little, out wide left is Bullock. And he's coming more into the game in winning this corner for Barnsley.
What he's doing, Bullock, is he's drifting from central positions out wide. They haven't got any natural width, and he's causing a few problems there. They've got their game going, Barnsley. This will be whizzed in under the bar, I've got no doubt.
It's a great atmosphere at Oakwell. Redfern with the corner. A little flick on, appeals for handball. Not given. It was going so quickly, it must have struck him, I imagine, if it was the hand. But again, you've got to credit Danny Wilson, Barnsley's manager, because he's really pepped them up with his half-time talk. And he's changed the game.
It looks like it.
Redford to Payton. Playing when the wind is helping Barnsley as well, I think. Vickers just gets in an important header. Anderson booed, puts the ball straight out, much to the delight of the home fans. And I think he saw the funny side of that as well.
Yes, I'm sure that we won't let that affect him, player of his vast experience. But they're rocking a little bit, Middlesbrough, at the moment.
Hendry has picked it up from Anderson's header. Fjortoft looking to re-find him. Unable to do so, but Pollock was there. And he gets Hendry moving. Used his body well to screen the ball. Clayton Blackmore, the three in the middle. Decent ball. Oh, the underside of the bar from Jamie Pollock. And it couldn't be closer than that. Well, Dave Watson would have had no hope. It was a thunderous effort. And here comes Fjortoft into the area again, cleared by Fleming. What a terrific shot, though.
That's a great move, that. Clayton Blackmore, a terrific cross, and he's in the 6-yard box there, Jamie, at full stretch, and it's smashed off the underside of the bar at about 100 miles an hour. Very unfortunate. That could have won the game for him, that.
It certainly warmed up the afternoon. He's onside here, Hendry. Just couldn't control it. Otherwise, he looked a certain scorer. Well, they must have been caught square there for Hendry to get into so much space.
Maybe they were looking for offside and it didn't materialise.
Well, let's have a look at this incident again. It's Clayton Blackmore's cross.
Great cross. They're 3 against 3 in the box. But Jamie's got just beyond his man there, look, and stretched at full stretch, and it's, as I say, rebounded off the bar. Most unfortunate. Got a game on now, a bit of end-to-end stuff.
Made the net shiver, that one, didn't it? Yeah, real end-of-season stuff, this. The point's vital to both these sides. Nicky Eden now. And I think he changed his mind at the last minute there. You're a real hero if you score with one of those on a day like today.
I think he couldn't make up his mind whether he was trying to find Sheridan with that diagonal ball or whether he was having a shot there.
Blackmore being turned towards his own goal, conceded possession. Here's Andy Payton in the area, lofts the shot over Miller, just over the bar. Bad mistake by Blackmore.
Yeah, he's tried a little square ball there. He's played Andy Payton in, good little diagonal run. He's taken a chance with his weaker foot, his left foot, and it's gone just over the bar. Yeah, there's the mistake there. Good little run from Andy Payton, he just couldn't quite keep it down.
And there are so many strange results at this stage of the season. You know, last week where Chelsea drew at Manchester United, then Manchester City went and won at Blackburn, Hartlepool won at Carlisle, Southend won at Tranmere. Anything can happen. So nobody's going to take maximum points, I don't think, in these closing games. Otherwise they deserve to go up. Good footwork from Andy Payton. On he goes, up against his old club, of course, Middlesbrough.
Yep.
Pollock for Middlesbrough, coming more into it. Chris Morris. Down the line, Hendry. Corner.
He did well there.
Yeah, Hendry just...
He's given a free kick, I think.
Yes, he has. Two stockily built chaps, John Hendry and Gary Fleming.
Yeah, it's gone a bit too far for him. Gary Fleming's trying to usher the ball out, and obviously the referee thought that John's pushed him onto it there. Thought he was a little bit fortunate to get that free kick, Fleming there.
Little touch through to Payton. Oh, swiftly done by Little to win the ball and feed it into the path of Bullock. Now it's a turn here from O'Connell. It just ran away from him. Comes back to Little though. Eden surely to loop one in. And again the offside flag raised with a terrific back pass.
I wonder if he knew that the offside thing was up. I'll tell you what, he's getting a severe telling off from Viv Anderson there, because he's dropped in and put him onside. And he's volleyed that back pass back. That was a bit fortunate, that.
We're saying Clayton Blackmore can hit them, not usually that way.
It was a bit fortunate, that. Viv Anderson is not a happy man there.
Barnsley 1, Middlesbrough 1, everything to play for. Pollock it was who won it. He's released Moore. Hendry's going for a gap through the middle. Still Moore here, and Moore battles on. Well, the Borough fans are feeling rather optimistically for something there on the edge of the area. I think they thought it might be a handball. They're still coming here, and Sheridan gets a foot in. Something for the Middlesbrough fans to applaud again now. Gosh, the hard lads coming down and standing on the terracing there behind the goal. Cox goes for the throw-in. Cox is still there. Blackmore now. Dolly's one across. Fjortoft shot over and wide. The man who did get Middlesbrough on the score sheet in the first half.
Good cross in there. Fjortoft's got himself across the front of the defender, got first to the ball, but he can't do enough to steer it back across the goal or on target.
Well, Brian Robson in his first season as the manager of Middlesbrough, determined to take them into the Premier League. He took over from you, Lenny, of course. What do you reckon to the job he's done?
I think, you know, he inherited a good squad of players that are left behind. He's had money to add to it, and he's done as well as anybody could expect. Nobody would change positions with him. You know, with his background and his pedigree, he's got the chance and the ability to go right to the top. And hopefully, I've still got a soft spot for Middlesbrough. Hopefully, take them into the Premier League and keep them in there.
Shotton for Barnsley. Is there time for a winner for either side? Little flick through. Little might be in here. Is this the moment? Oh! Well, Andy Little will look back at that and think, why didn't I hit what could have been the winning goal? Because he had all the time in the world, really. The defender down on the ground could do nothing about it. There's the slip from Vickers. He's in. He's only the goalkeeper in front of him. Buried it and didn't beat Miller.
First semblance of a mistake from Vickers after Anderson's got beaten in the air. He's got hit the ball with the goalie. The goalie stood up very well, and at the end of the day, he couldn't get enough on it, and he's just dropped it down and saved it with his right hand, Alan Miller. But he didn't get enough on it really to worry him. But you know, he made it difficult for him by standing up for as long as he did.
Yes, Miller made a good stop on that. It wasn't a well-hit shot.
No, it wasn't.
Redfern. That really would have given us the last 10 minutes, wouldn't it?
It would indeed.
Here at Barnsley again. Davies has set up one goal. He's got the ball into the danger zone again now. Andy Payton wrestling to get it through. And Vickers can't get a good clearance away, but he does knock it against a Barnsley boot, and it's a goal kick.
That wasn't the same as James. Obviously, James was much closer. Jamie Pollock was much closer to the goal for Borough, but nevertheless, it's been even Steven this game on chances and play.
Well, Danny Wilson has got to throw on a substitute, and the change he makes here sees the withdrawal of the goal scorer Andy Little and the arrival of Glyn Hurst. And is offside going to be given here? Just over 5 minutes left. Barnsley 1, Middlesbrough 1. And a pretty fair reflection, I think, really. There's a nice header, though. A little nudge, though, from Hendry. Takes the ball to Moore. It's going to be an easy clearance for Eden. Hendry seems to have got over that little knock he had, anyway. Pollock, and then Vickers, and the ball stands still in the water for Vickers. He attempts the back pass, and it just had enough on it for Miller to come and clear up to Fjortoft. Well, they won't want to take risks at this stage.
No, they won't. I think Borough will settle for what they've got.
Yes, they'll regard their point very much as a .1 if they do get it. Here is Pollock again. He's
good chance.
A good second half, and he's got a good ball in, and it clipped off the top of the Barnsley crossbar off the fingertips of Dave Watson. Good run from Pollock again.
Was
Shows
indeed.
what a maturing player he is.
Yeah, he's Premier League without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, just on top of the bar there.
Bullock on Peyton offside.
They're on a good line there, bro. That's the umpteenth time they've been caught offside, Barnsley. They've organised that line very well at the back. Andy Peyton there just got caught a couple of yards the wrong side. They played very narrow to cope with Barnes' clever interpassing and their three front players. And they've dealt with it very well, as I say. They've held a good line.
Chris Morris. Oops. Held up in the legs, and here's more. Middlesbrough could win it yet, and that was a chance and a good stop from Watson. He's a good goalkeeper. He stands it well.
He's another one who could be on his way to the Premier League. Good reflex save there.
But a Middlesbrough corner. If they score from this, they really will believe they're going to be champions.
I think so.
Middlesbrough's corner. Closing minutes. It's Oakwell. Forward is Morris. Lost out in the challenge, and it's taken up now on a will. Shoving the back from Pollock, which goes unpunished. So Middlesbrough come again with Hendry, and he'll take on the lot of them. And John Hendry into the area. And Watson again comes galloping off his line to effect the stop. That's good old-fashioned British football.
Yeah, I think he missed a foul there, the referee. I think Jamie Pollock pushed him in the back there, but
he's done well, Mr. Kane.
Yes.
Here's the save again.
Alan Moore there, caught the defender unawares. Good near post ball. Good reflex save. He's palmed it out, and lucky enough it's dropped to a Barnsley player.
But I think Brian Robson will feel that a point here has been just about right. Fleming forward, trying to get it in behind Vickers. I'm sure every one of these players will be delighted to get off the pitch. It's been a bitterly cold afternoon in Barnsley, incessant rain, horrible conditions to play, but they've given it their all, they really have. And there, as Lenny Lawrence said a moment ago, is the man who personifies Middlesbrough. And you've had to be a battler today.
Yeah, and he's in his element there, Jamie, and he's just been all over the shop today. I don't know if there is a man of the match, but there's your obvious candidate for one.
Mr. Kane blows the final whistle. It's a point for Danny Wilson's Barnsley. I'm not sure a point is going to be enough. It's bring on Sheffield United next week now for them. But they've earned that point. Brian Robson there will be thankful to have gone away from Oakwell on a filthy day with a point won for them. Dave Watson there, a hero at Ayresome Park last month, was a hero again today with a couple of critical saves after Jan Åge Fjørtoft gave Middlesbrough a lead in the first half. Andy Liddell came back with an early second half strike, which has won Barnsley a deserved point. The final score, Barnsley 1, Middlesbrough 1. And coming up later, reaction from this game and the highlights of the other important matches at the top of the Ensley League First Division.
Welcome back to sunny Barnsley. 1-1 it finishes, of course. Quite a day to remember, really. Let's get some reaction from both camps, starting with the Barnsley manager, Danny Wilson. He's in the dry with John.
Danny, at the end of the day, you've played well, but it's probably not quite enough.
Yeah, you could be right. I think we've got to win all our 3 games now and hope that somebody slips up. But we're by no means going to give the fight up. You know, we've still got a good chance of getting in the playoffs, and we'll approach the games in that manner.
It really was a typical game of British football and the most awful day.
Lovely summer's day, wasn't it? It's amazing. Yeah, but I thought the two teams were absolutely tremendous today. I mean, the attitude and the commitment, you know, there was a lot at stake today. And I thought the game was played in a good temper. You know, there was no flare-ups or anything like that. And the referee controlled it quite well. You know, so it was just down to the commitment to the both players. I thought it was tremendous.
Middlesbrough perhaps shaded the first half, went ahead at an important stage, but you did something at half-time to turn it around.
Yeah, I think the conditions were, you know, the wind was against us obviously in the first half. We couldn't seem to get out of our half at times, but obviously the conditions helped the second half with the wind, you know, and we managed to keep a head of steam up and kept them pinned in their box. And you know, it burst through to the end with a goal from Andy Liddell.
If you don't make it, at least I'm sure you can reflect on a very emerging side. You know, you've got a young goalkeeper doing well. Yeah. Andy Liddell has now come on. Martin Bullock's come on.
Martin and Malcolm Shotton as well.
The youngest of them all.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's good times ahead for Barnsley, I hope. You know, and I think we've shown one or two people now that we have got the nucleus of a good young squad, and hopefully we can build it like say for next year.
It would have been nice for us to have won today's game to take a right grip on the league. But we knew that this was going to be a hard game coming to Barnsley. They've been in very good form of late. I was just delighted with our lads' form. You know, I thought we slipped up at the goal, but other than that, I thought they give a very good defensive display.
The young stand-in Viv Anderson not doing badly again for you.
Yes, Viv. You know, he's done very well for us there because obviously with Derek White being suspended and Nigel Pearson not being able to play, you know, that was a big miss at the heart of our defence. But Viv did very well.
Well, this wasn't by any means, of course, the only big game around the top of Division 1 today. It wasn't the only wet one either. Let's pick up on some of the other action, starting with the big game at Bramall Lane, Sheffield United against Wolves.